Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. My name is Henry Lawrence, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to become the master and creator of your own experience. And make sure to stay tuned to the very end because we're going to do a deep, healing, meditative breath to help us align on this message and move forward throughout the day. So, this saying that I'm about to say is something that you've probably heard over and over and over again, but truly understanding it, truly understanding how to use it in your own life will allow you to expand what it is that you want to expand. They say your perception is your reception, meaning what you perceive in your life, you will receive. So, someone, when they become successful, you may have heard them say this: it's not what I do that makes me successful, it's what I don't do that makes me successful. You see, there's only so much time in a day that we experience. So from the moment the clock turns 12:01 all the way back around till midnight, it's the same amount of time that every single person experiences. So how do you create something different in life? You're waking up, you're having breakfast, you're doing your morning routine, you're going to school, you're going to work, you're dealing with things, you're getting off work, you're coming home, you're doing your homework, you're dealing with family, and then you're going to bed. How do you make it something different? Well, throughout the day, there's things in front of you like work, books, movies, things you listen to that you can experience. There's thoughts in your head that run through your mind. All of that is happening. And when you can stop paying attention to the things you do not want to expand, you will then be forced to put more time and energy into what you want to expand. So here's an example. You get off work or school and you're coming home, and it's been a long day. You're tired, you're wore out, your brain is just ready to rest. And so you can sit on the couch and you've got an hour maybe for dinner or before you have to get ready for bed, whatever it is, you have an hour. And so you get on TikTok and you start scrolling randomly. Maybe you pick up a book and you start reading, or you turn on TV, you start doing something that's mindless, just relaxation. That in itself is not going to hurt you, but is that something that you want to expand more? Well, what if when you were driving home, you put on this podcast, or you listen to something else, you put on an audiobook, you listen to something that would help shift your mind? When you got home, if you didn't do the couch, the TikTok, the movie, the TV show, and you did more of the thing that you wanted to expand, whether it's the business book, the mindset book, the thing, if you did more of it, you will then start creating more in your life. You see, you are already doing things in your life that if you had more of, your life would improve. So many of us are looking for the next hack, the quick fix, the better understanding, the different process, the code, the recipe, the cheat sheet. We're all looking for these different things, but truthfully, there are things in your life that somebody that had accomplished the amazing things that you would want, if they saw those things, they would say, focus on that. It's already there. It could be just when you're ordering your food and one piece of it's healthy and the rest is not. It's ordering more meals that have more of that healthy stuff so you don't do the food that doesn't serve you and you do more of the food that serves you. Maybe it's the thoughts in your head. Maybe all day you're negative, 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 but then there's one positive thought that pops in. Well, the person that lives a positive life, if they had your brain for that day, they would expand that thought and they wouldn't pay attention to the ones that you are allowing to rule your brain. All you have to do is pay attention to what you do and what you're no longer going to do. The things that you don't want more of, stop doing them. If you want to become a millionaire, I used this example, I think, in the last episode. If you want to become a millionaire, but you serve a job that's only going to pay you $50,000 a year, that is not going to get you there. And if you are putting priority number one, if I'm going to create this thing, then that means you're okay not having the things that aren't going to deliver this thing. Meaning I'm willing to have $0 to have otherwise a million versus having the 55 and not have the million. Now, money is such an easy example because it's something physical. But this could be a positive mindset. It could be a loving mindset, a joyful heart, a peaceful experience. It can be absolutely anything. You see, if you wrote down from the moment you woke up to the moment you went to bed, every single thought you had, every single activity you did, every single conversation you had, every single music that you listened to, everything that you read, if you put down literally everything that you experienced, and then you circled the things that you want more of, and then the next day, just did more of those and crossed out the things that you do not want more of, you will eventually create a life full of the things that you love. But it's the things that we don't do, that we need to not do, that will always keep us from doing the things that we want to do. They're traps. Great people, nice people, good friends, good relationships will keep you from great. It's not that great is better than good. I'm just using that example as something in alignment, meaning it's greater in alignment with you, not greater than the other thing. Those are usually where people get trapped. Some of your best friends will keep you from the life of your dreams. And it's not because they're evil. It's not because they don't want you to succeed. It's because everything about them will never equal the place you want to go. And the law of attraction says like attracts like. So for you to have contact and energy with them, you have to resonate and be on their frequency, even if it's only the time that you're with them. If you're older, you might know this. When you go hang out from friends from high school or college, how you kind of start acting like you used to then, you kind of come to that moment. It's because your frequency pattern in your mind and your body has to shift. And you guys were both aligned on that. So they probably shift and you probably shift to that moment. Well, the same is with every single thing that you experience in your life, and you have the power to not serve those anymore. If you only paid attention to the things that you wanted to expand, your energy within you would have to match that more. If the energy within you matches that more, then you will attract more of that to you. The law of attraction says like attracts like, or more importantly, I believe, like is like. That's why if something happens to you and you're angry about it, even if it's right to be angry about, you are creating that anger frequency within you and you will attract more of that. And that may not sound fair. Here's how it is fair. You see, if something happens to you bad, say you're driving to work and somebody's driving recklessly. Maybe they're under the influence, they're whatever it is, and they crash into you and ruin your car and break your leg. Most people would be angry at that person. Maybe it makes you late for work. Maybe you even get a consequence for work, whatever the reason. It's like all these bad things happen because this person did wrong. And everyone would say, you have the right to be angry at that person. Well, if you're angry at that person, it's going to bring that anger frequency within you. And so you're wondering, how could that be fair? How could a universe think that's okay? How could a God think that's okay? It's because you are more than your current experience. You're more than this temporary experience. See, you are here on a purpose to evolve, to expand, to raise your energy or love. That's the gift of this life. So things happen chaotically here where love is not present. And so when that thing happens and then you become the presence of love, your belief in it grows and it grows within you, so you receive it more. So this terrible thing happened where most people would agree that that person was wrong and you should be angry at that person. If you're able to have love, now that doesn't mean it's consequence free. That doesn't mean that person won't have consequences to what they did. But you're not the judge. You're not the jury. You give them love, then you have love within you. Then your soul, your energy within you will frequency vibrate up. And as the vibration raises, you will receive more of it. It doesn't mean the external circumstances even need to change. You can receive good where it's not even present for most people. That's inner peace. When there's anywhere that you can go, that you will find peace and love, that's power. If you're someone that has to go into peaceful situations to find peace, then peace is not within you. So that's what this is all about. You have the power. It's not what you do, it's what you don't do that's going to define you. So write it down. Pay attention to the things that don't serve you. Cross them out, circle the things that do, and add them into your life. Give them more time. And watch your life change. So we're going to take a deep breath. And when you breathe in, really just slow down and connect with self. So as you take that deep breath in, just allow yourself to connect with yourself, that oneness within you. And then as you see yourself, really visualize yourself. I want you to say a few words that you want to expand in your life. It could be power, could be peace, could be wealth, could be abundance, just whatever you pick. Just say those words and watch them just expand over you. Expand over as if they're going to be more present in your life as you're holding breath. And then when you exhale, allow anything that doesn't resonate with that to fade away. Leave yourself with more positive energy, with more focus on those things. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And down. life is surely complicated, and you're going to look all kinds of directions to find the easy path, the right path, the path that is noble, the path that people will be happy that you do, the path that you'll be happy that you do. It's always within. And most people will not be able to accept that. They will not be able to accept when you choose the path within you, because they're going to see what they no longer get. That's when I say what you don't do will define you. Most people will continue to serve those. This is something that I struggle with. It's certainly something that you're struggling with too. But when you don't serve those anymore, that only leaves yourself to serve. And if you're leading with love, if you're trying to rise like your energy up, you will be valuable on this earth. You will help others. In fact, you'll become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It'll keep you updated with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. Well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.